Good evening, dear viewers, and welcome to the News Bulletin at 8, brought to you by number one news provider, Eswatini TV. I am Nondomiso Vilagada alongside Zaman Zamanze, and here are your top stories. The Deputy Prime Minister Tindzaba Masuku urges Hosea residents to desist from violent attacks and the burning of structures. The First National Bank has donated 1.5 million towards this year's Entrepreneur of the Year awards. Sihlangu Semnikati has left the country for Cape Verde for their Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers against the island nation. The news. The Deputy Prime Minister Tindzaba Masuku urges Hosea residents to desist from violent attacks and the burning of structures. The Deputy Prime Minister was speaking at Silele Red Cross Clinic, which is under the constituency, during the tree planting ceremony, an initiative under the Ministry of Tourism and Environmental Affairs.
The Deputy Prime Minister says violence will not be tolerated. He says tormenting residents who have a different political view is discouraged, giving a stern warning to those perpetuating this act.
Lelibandla lelishisa imiphakathi lelishisa tisekelo telive tingasho ukuthi nasesewushisile lo mphakathi kutasekwenteka nako nibolicaphela caphele nje kakhulu ngoba umuntu longena plan uyingodi kufanele umuntu omdala nje ekhaya longena plan kokuthi simo nasinje ngidasengiphuma ngakuphi uyingodi ufuna nibugathe lokho ushisa umphakathi ungahloniphi ngesingisi nalisho kakhulu i disrespect of the highest order ukuthi utawushisa umphakathi yini bese uyayihlonipha lekhaya kini na uphuma uphethe imejiso bona bathini.
Chief Mlojwa of Kaliba Umphakathi appeals for continued support from government. He says despite the challenges faced by the constituency, they still deserve government services.
Solo siba sehosiya sibalo hulumende lokhona la even. Leke ibheke ukuthi simlalele asisevise ngendlela lonke live la lisevisa ngayo. Kube nemigwaqo, kube netibhedlela, kube nemitholampilo leyenele.
The Deputy Prime Minister further donated food and blankets to the needy under the constituency. For Eswatini TV News, Nelson Ngamandla, Mbongwa Dube, Hosea.
The First National Bank has donated 1.5 million towards this year's Entrepreneur of the Year awards. Speaking during the launch at Hilton Garden in Mbabane, the Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade, Mangoba Khumalo, says the financial support will go a long way in ensuring the awards that are a success.
The minister says the awards play a major role in uplifting small and medium enterprises, which comprise of women in rural areas.
Accordingly, even this year, we will continue to host the regional award ceremonies before recognizing winners at national level. This aims to extend the reach of the competition beyond the urban corridors of Manzini and Mbabane. This year, we are scaling up our effort to get SMEs to join the competition. Given that we have thousands of SMEs in the country, we look at this as a challenge for us to reach out to all towns, big and small, to identify all the SMEs and make sure that they are aware of the opportunities that come with participating in this particular competition.
First National Bank Chief Executive Officer Dennis Mbingo has promised to walk the journey with small and medium enterprises holders.
In recognition, Minister, of the effort of the team and of your ministry and the fact that the mechanics seem to work, and there's been a very strong response from the private sector. We are looking at almost doubling that amount to 1.5 million emalangeni this year.
SEDCO Chief Executive Officer Khethiwe Mhlanga says the awards are important as they promote entrepreneurship.
We are here basically to see within Eswatini where are the innovative businesses right now? Are they with us, or we have a lot of work that we still need to do?
According to the minister, 90 small and medium enterprise holders have won since the inception of the awards in 2002. For Eswatini TV News, Nelson Langamandla, Mbongwa Dube, Mbabane.
Portfolio committees in the House of Assembly have tabled their reports. These are the 2022-2023 annual performance and budget estimates for 2023-2024. First to be tabled was the report of the Prime Minister's office, which was moved by Chairperson Jacob Siwela.
Chairperson of the Prime Minister's Office Portfolio Committee in the House of Assembly, Jacob Siwela, asked the House to adopt their report. This is a step towards approving funds allocated to the Premier's office for the coming financial year. Siwela said the report touches on various issues which include the topical dialogue.
Indzaba Mr Speaker la ithinza cishe amalunga lamaningi kwaba indzaba yana 30 million Mr Speaker lo budgethelwe I dialogue acela amalunga lokuthi njoba nanglo 30 million so budgetiwe phela akumane kube khona le pre dialogue mhlawumbe ngokayona salikhethweni ukuze kusi lamaswati kusuke kuyokhethwe nje kube khona nawo la sakubekile Mr Speaker le obviously ke landvula nkulu Mr Speaker la kunothalo komcondzisi.
Other issues addressed by Siwela include the welfare of parliamentary staff as well as the construction of a new parliament structure. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosima Vimbela with Sikumbuzo Dlamini, Parliament.
Senator Mkhululi Dlamini has informed the Inter-Parliamentary Union Summit in Bahrain that the Eswatini culture and customs promote peace and unity. Dlamini was addressing the 146 IPU Summit in Manama, Bahrain, under the theme Promoting Peace and Unity.
The speech from the throne delivered by His Majesty King Mswati III during the opening of the final session of the 11th Parliament highlighted the importance of unity and tolerance as essential and key factors in achieving the process of nation building. The King further pointed out that it is God that gives each nation its own unique identity, and through that identity, the nation garners unity and strength to overcome conflict of whatever nature, trials, tribulations that may test its unity. In the kingdom, our customs and traditions seek to ensure the entrenchment of respect, peace, unity within our differences and diversity, and that allows us to lead good livelihoods.
The newly appointed SEDCO board chairperson says they will ensure that they work hard to promote all sectors of the economy in Eswatini. Dlamini was speaking during his unveiling at the Hilton Garden Hotel in Mbabane.
I'm glad to announce that Dr. Mandla Dlamini has kindly agreed to serve as the new chairperson of the board at SEDCO.
The chairperson says job creation will take priority as they take office, and that can be done through supporting entrepreneurship businesses. He says nowadays job creation largely depends on this sector.
More than anything else, and of course, the background for education at the same time. So, where students are being given entrepreneurship skills at high school level. Probably we can even take those kids to help them in the country.
The Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade states that the board will be in office for a period of 3 years. For Eswatini TV News, Nelson Langamandla, Mbongwa Dube, Mbabane.
Small businesses around Ngwenya did not do well on Monday. This is because of the national shutdown in the Republic of South Africa, which was organized by the Economic Freedom Fighters. We spoke to some small business owners on Monday afternoon who said the business was very slow.
Monday was no ordinary day for small business people around the Ngwenya border gate. This was so because of the ongoing national shutdown in the Republic of South Africa, which has been organized by the economic freedom fighters. We spoke to some of the business people who had this to say.
Isimo vele asifanani kushintshile nje ngoba phela nathi siphekile kodwa ukudla akuthengwa kusho ukuthi vele lama truck amisiwe are very supportive to everyone.
Namuhla ayikho kakhulu because nje lokho ungakhola ama truck vele ibhizinisi imile.
Namuhla kude nalabamfula abaphumako la gedeni thina nje siphekile nemimbila yethu sosile akuthengwa kude nalobudako ke kuthi malini. Uyathi ngifike ekuseni nga10 lapha ngabasa umlilo wami ngapheka umbila wami wavutha sesidekile la mgwacweni. Kude ababuti nalokuthi malini njengoba ngikhuluma nje ngithengise only 2 eBhuluja 24 rand.
Others who were affected were those in the transport business, as we found trucks parked near the border gate. We also noted that public transport vehicles were not operating as usual due to the low volume of people at the border. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosima Vimbela with Temba Shabangu, Ngwenya.
Pupils from over 50 schools were part of the first day of the deworming exercise in schools, which started on Monday. This has been said by the epidemiologist Bongani Tabete during an interview. This exercise will be carried out in all 4 regions of the country.
The Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and Training, launched the deworming campaign, which was to be carried out in schools. This campaign started on Monday, and the Ministry of Health tells us more about the first day of this campaign.
Uhlelo luhamba kahle kwanyalo kusetela okubila basibikele kona singathi nje kahoho ngenhla kunesikolo labathi bantwana lababili babike ukuthi banenhloko kodwa ke bababonile babasita sinema team langu 45 tikolo bekumele stikhave namuhla tingu 84 ema primary kubhicene nema high schools ema team so far akhonile kufika etikolweni letingu 51 kodwa ke solo basasebenta nanyalo basesekhona labasetikolweni.
We went to Beaufort Nazarene Primary School, where we found the Ministry of Health providing the services to children.
Bantwana lesinabo is close to 400, and irresponsible batali ibeyinhle because I think close to 80% they did sign their consent forms. So I understand the importance of keeping their kids healthy.
Pupils who were eligible to get these pills were those whose parents had signed consent forms, those who showed signs of illness after having the medication, those who showed side effects after taking the pills were given medical attention and later went back to their classes. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosima Vimbela with Temba Shabangu, Manzini.
Dear viewers, now take a look at our financial updates.
It can be.
Welcome back. You're still watching Eswatini TV, and for sports news tonight, Sihlangu Semnigadi has left the country for Cape Verde for their Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers against the island nation. The National Football Association President Peter Smelane, when bidding farewell to the team at the Technical Center, reminded the team to hoist the country's flag high, as he believes that they can still qualify for the 2024 AFCON. Sihlangu will play against Cape Verde on Friday in Cape Verde before playing a return match on Monday at the Mbombela Stadium in the Republic of South Africa.
And in our sports roundup, of course, we have to start with the national team, Sihlangu Semnikathi, that has left the country to Cape Verde to play for their Group B qualifiers of the AFCON qualifiers. Remember that they're in the same group with Burkina Faso, with Cape Verde, and with Togo. They are currently number 3 in that group with only 1 point, so they have only managed to play a draw against Togo 2-2 and that defeat against Burkina Faso. Going to Cape Verde today, earlier on, bidding farewell to the team was the National Football Association President Peter Samora Simelane alongside the coach Dominic Gunene. If you listen to them, they are saying one thing: we have belief in the players, we believe in what they can offer, we believe in what they can deliver for the national team, Sihlangu Semnikathi, as they face Cape Verde.
Uma niphuma lamuhla niyahamba nokulwa niyolwela live, you need to protect the badge, and my chances to qualify ku AFCON stoya Ivory Coast maningi kakhulu. So thina nje kufanele ukuthi umasamba siwine le game lesiyodlala soyidlala iCape Verde. Uma babuya sibaphindze lapho umsebenzi kutabe sowulula ngoba sase sicetsela ngeTogo neBurkina Faso.
Akusiyi game letabalula leya, itaba lukhuni kakhulu ngendlela yokuthi nawo babuka badlala kuligi lesigabeni lesithe. Kepha ke nami lamadvodza lenginawo lama players kule ndlela timisela ngayo sitawuzama lokho ukuthi sinakekele lokho kube mgcoka ke gaming lokho ukuthi unakekele because now lana ama-professionals iphutha lelincane nje uyaphanishwa ngalo.
Moving on, knowing that the M10 Premier League 2022-2023 season is currently on a break due to the engagement of the national team, Sihlangu Semnikathi, our in-house reporters got a chance to speak to one of the well-known faces in the football fraternity by the name of Stafford Ngube, who actually highlighted that knowing that he was so far on day 19 of the league, he looks at teams like Mbabane Swallows and Green Mamba on what they have done so far. He believes the two teams have a chance to win this year's league.
I think it's between Green Mamba and Mbabane Swallows because of their consistency and with their local coaches. Some people sometimes they take it for granted as a local coach and a foreign coach, but they know the Swazi soccer, how it is supposed to be run and everything.
Moving on abroad, we're talking about some of the biggest games in the world. We're talking about starting in Spain, where the two teams, the two biggest teams in Europe, Real Madrid and FC Barcelona, met in the El Clasico, where now Barcelona have actually extended the gap of 12 points now after their victory against Real Madrid. And now moving on in England, where besides the English Premiership that I was playing with the likes of Arsenal and the likes of, Chelsea managed to get their 3 points off the weekend. But we talk about the likes of how Manchester United and the likes of Manchester City managed to book their ticket at the Wembley Stadium for the semi-finals. For Manchester City, after that victory, heavy victory on Friday, they'll be playing against Sheffield United in the semi-finals. While in the reverse fixture, Manchester United will be playing against Brighton. We cannot wait to see who are the two teams we're meeting for the final of the 2023 FA Cup.
That is all we had for tonight, but before we wrap up, we'll take a quick recap of today's headlines. The Deputy Prime Minister Tindzaba Masuku urges Hosea residents to desist from violent attacks and the burning of structures. The First National Bank has donated 1.5 million towards this year's Entrepreneur of the Year awards. Sihlangu Semnikathi has left the country for Cape Verde for their Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers against the island nation. That brings us to the end of our news bulletin tonight. Up next is the weather forecast for selected towns. Good night, Eswatini.